Hey guys, so I just got back from seeing After Ever Happy. Seriously, that is like the worst, maybe one of the worst titles of all time. Seriously, After Ever Happy, because that rolls off the fucking tongue. Anyways, yeah, I I have a lot of catching up on movies to do, and this is the fucking first movie I fucking catch up on. Is After Ever Happy, fourth film in a series that I've known about because I see like every so often a title from the series pop up on like Regal app or on like different things or on movie sites, and I'll go, "What the fuck is this series?" Like this is like a series. Is there anybody out here that actually likes the series? Seriously, is there? Like the box office, I think tells that there isn't really much. There's like two girls in my theater seeing this. Is there anybody who watches this series? I know this is based off of books, because of course they are. Uh, like, but is there actually fans of the series? I don't know because like honestly, box office wise, don't really show. And like I think this was a Fathom Events thing last week, but they decided to extend it a week. They extended this movie, but not Clerks 3. I don't know why. I give up. I just give up. I've determined movie theaters have given up. I think they just. I'm serious. I don't even know how I'm gonna get for this next fucking. I don't know how I'm gonna get for September. Like the movies they're dumping on me is just like I have very limited time and like I have to sit like shit like this. Yeah, you haven't figured out. I was not a big fan of this movie, by the way. I'll get into why. Um, I never had watched any of these movies. Really, I haven't. I have not watched a single one of these fucking movies. But thanks to Wikipedia, before I saw this movie, I did get caught up on what was going on. And even from the fucking description, I'm like, this sounds like a really bad Lifetime movies. These are like really bad Lifetime movies. These sounds like this really dumb melodramatic movies that are like somehow put on, gotten a whole fucking movie series out of this. They turn a movie out every fucking year. How is that possible? I think this is the only movie series that wasn't affected by the pandemic, is they kept making movies. Every year there's been a new movie. How? Like, where are they getting this budget? Like, they can't be making that much money. I don't know. I mean, I think they also do on streaming, but anyways, these movies are on streaming a lot too. I think that might be where it's getting a lot of its money because it's definitely not in the box office. So, yeah, like I said, but I did read the description, so I got caught up on what was going on, which is kind of funny. I'll get in a minute, but like I said, I was not a fan of this movie. If you like the series, tell me. Please, love God. If there are fans out there of the series, please tell me. Um, this movie's not very good. It is not. Like these are really. I was for a majority of this movie. I was thinking like, is this a parody? Is this supposed to be a comedy? Because if this was supposed to be a comedy, then it's a fucking hit. Then it's doing its job. But no, from what I can tell, no, this is not supposed to be a comedy. It felt like a fucking, even though it felt like a parody of a Lifetime movie that was on a big screen that I was watching in a theater. Why? 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 Like, this movie did have funny fucking moments because of just the awful dialogue, from the awful dialogue to that, like, nobody says. There are characters that say lines of dialogue that nobody on their right fucking mind in real life would ever say. I've never heard a single person ever say. People act like nobody would ever fucking act in situations. There'll be a character. Fuck, the opening of this movie. Alright, the opening of this movie had me a little bit hooked because of how stupid it was. Because, I swear to God, this is how the movie opens. It literally recaps the previous movie. Like, literally, it might as well have said previously on after series, or I don't know what the fuck they call this. And literally, like, it recaps, like, the major things that happened in the last movie. And then it cuts right to, like, okay, like, when it shows what happened in the previous movie, it shows about, like, the guy, fuck, what's his name? The Ray finds his nephew, finds out that, the girl he's in love, her girlfriend, her dad's his real dad, or her, yeah, her sorry, fuck, her boss is his real dad or some shit like that. And literally, has after you get like that previous of recap of the previous movie, it literally cuts to a wedding scene where they're playing "We Are Family" and everybody's dancing all happily. I'm like, wow. That was one of the funniest fucking cuts I did laugh at that. It had to be a con. It had to be intentionally funny. It had to be if it wasn't, what the fuck? Um, and then like the kid fucking does what any fucking normal person does when he finds out that he has his dad is not his real dad. He goes to his mom's house and burns her house down. Because that's how normal people act. And the girlfriend's like, please, no, don't burn your house down, don't. Like, is she trying to like? I'm pretty sure that she was channeling Kristen Stewart from Twilight. Like, she didn't seem like a bad actress. It did seem like a bad actress. She was the only thing I recognized her from was Wish Upon, where she was the girl who rotted. And I love that fucking movie. I love Wish Upon. That movie's so fucking funny. But she seems like she's trying to, could be a decent actress. The guy on the other hand is bland as a motherfucker. Maybe it's another one of those examples of, well, Robert Pattinson came off bland and boring in Twilight, but it's because of the source material. You can't do really much with the shit you're given. Maybe if he's given more other projects over in the future, maybe he'll turn out to be a good actor. From what I can see, he's not a very good actor. He's just handsome. Ray finds his nephew in just name alone. Really, he doesn't have any of his uncle's talent. I can tell you that. He was the kid. If you don't know who he was, he was the kid. I realized he was the kid that played young Voldemort and I think Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter, Half-Blood Prince, when Dumbledore goes to meet him in like an orphanage. That is him. That is him. Actually, it might also. What am I wrong? Maybe it was the one where it was a teenager. I can't fucking remember now. God damn it. Not really important. I think he was one who was a kid. I think. I don't know. That's more interesting to think about than this fucking movie. Yeah, like I said, the movie is really just hokey. Just a fucking feels like a parody of a Lifetime movie. It's melodramatic. It's basically the best way to describe this fucking movie, and what I can tell from the actual whole series is that it's just the third out. The whole movie is a bunch of third act breakups stretched out in an hour and a half. Like, literally, these characters will literally be together, then break up, then 20 minutes later they get back together, fuck, break up again, and then they get back together 20 minutes later, fuck, and then break up again. That's literally the whole fucking movie. It's basically third act breakup the movie. And that's pretty much what I can tell is this whole franchise. Like, these are like the most toxic, unlikable couple I've ever seen in my entire life. Like how am I supposed to root for these kids? Like, good God. They're like terrible. Like they're and like whenever characters like the girl's mom is trying to tell the boy that he's not good for her daughter, she's basically just like fuck you. But she basically points out everything that's pretty much spot on about why they're a terrible couple, and it's played by Mira Savino. I did not know that until fucking right before the movie was about to start. Mira Savino is in this fucking series. What is she doing in this series? Why is she not in more movies? Why the fuck am I watching Mira Savino in a fucking movie? It was nice seeing her in it. She was probably my favorite character because she made the most sense in the whole fucking series, the whole movie. I'm like, why is she in this being wasted in this? God damn it! Like, fuck. I was like, I could not care. It's like this movie just kept going and going, and then like I look at my phone. I'm like, this movie's got to be like close to be over because it just kept going. I'm like, they stretched. I've never seen a plot stretched out so thinly, and like, and I'm like, good God! And I look at my phone. I was like, it's got to be close to be over because a lot of the show times were showing it was like a 2 hour movie. I look at my fucking clock and it said there's an hour left of this, about 50 minutes of this movie. I went, fuck! I was like, no, how is this gonna be stretched? And it just kept going, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is killing me. And then, at about the hour and a half mark, the movie ended! It literally says, I'm not making this up, this movie ended on a to be continued. What? I was like, you just ended it there? What the fuck did I just sit here for? Like, you sit there like, what is the point of life? Why am I sitting for this shit? Like, I mean, I'm glad it's like 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes shorter than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I'm happy about that. But then at the same time, like, the movie ends. There's no resolution. It just says to be continued. And I'm like, why did I sit for this? I feel like I just wasted my life. Fuck. I can't. I'm not gonna get for this fucking next month. I've had a month from hell. And like before I went to the movies, I found it to be shittier news, and this did not help my mood. This did not help my mood. God, it's like this movie's still okay. It's still not as bad as fucking Unfavorable Odds. Nothing will ever be as a dude. Seriously, at this point, Unfavorable Odds is the worst movie of the year. I'm calling. There's no. I dare any movie out there to fucking be worse than that. I guarantee there will be nothing worse than that. I guarantee nothing out there that will come out be worse than that. Especially how some of the fucking people. I'm getting that in another video. I don't want to talk about Unfavorable Odds again because maybe giving them more fucking promotion. But yeah, this is not the worst movie I've seen this year, but this is probably the most fucking pointless and the most tedious and the most boring. Even if it felt like a Lifetime movie, it wasn't one of the more interesting ones where it's, fucking hilarious to watch. It just felt like, okay, there were funny moments in it, but then it just, like, after a while, it just got really fucking boring and just, I couldn't give a shit. Like, is this gonna end yet? And then it does end, and it's like, there's no resolution. It makes you feel like you just sat there for no fucking reason and watched this movie. Man. I saw this before Pearl. Why? Why did I do that? I saw this before Woman King. Why? Why did I do that? I don't recommend it. I'm tired. I'm just tired. Tomorrow I am going to be seeing Pearl and Running the Bases. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.